Yeah, let me start. Firstly, how many of you can say that you're a very good boy or a very good girl? Please just raise your hands. So I could see some hands. Great, thank you. So the people who don't raise their hands, well, I'll take them as bad. So here I would like to tell something important. So when you're in a situation and you're in a situation of helping someone and the person in need of help, and to that person, if you are helping them and that person will consider you as a good person, and you're the same person in the same situation, and if you're not helping that particular person on that particular day, and he will consider you as bad. So it's just about people think what our actions and our thoughts decide is good or bad. So it is actually, the thing is that it is not on their hands to decide. So here I would like to firstly congratulate the people who believed in themselves as good, because that's the only thing that we could do. We could believe in ourselves. Well, so today we are in a Toastmasters meeting and we don't know what is going to happen tomorrow at the same time. Life is full of incomplete mysteries, miracles, and sorrows, happiness, and blah, blah, blah. So it is just not about how we cannot handle things so as that it is important that life will give us a lot of many special moments. So there is one thing common in every action, is that how we react to the life. So this is the thing that we have to keep in mind. Life will just give us whatever it wants, and we should go in the flow, and we should react to it on the right way. So this is one of the lessons that I have learned from my life. Well, I hope today we are going to learn a lot more lessons at this session. A very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. I welcome you all to the 102nd session of Vellore Toastmasters Club. So before diving into the session, there are a few ground rules that ought to be followed during this meeting. Firstly, do keep your mobile phones off or put them on silent mode. And secondly, please refrain from talking about sex, religion, and politics. And thirdly, please do keep your mics muted unless you come on stage. And fourth, please do keep your cameras on so that we could witness your beautiful smile. So here, I would like to tell the mission of Toastmasters Club. The mission of Toastmasters Club is to provide a mutually supportive and positive learning experience through which members develop their communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. So without further ado, I would like to call one of the most eminent and special and the important person of the meeting. Well, it's going to be our president. It's none other than Toastmasters Soumini for you. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bharat, especially for making us feel very good about ourselves. I welcome everyone to the 102nd session of Vellore Toastmasters Club. Today brings a big smile on my face as we have a very new addition to our ever-growing Toastmasters family. VTC has had a lot of joys, but the addition of new members has always brought us the utmost happiness, as we are very curious and eager to see what someone new is going to bring us on board. So it gives me immense pleasure in welcoming our newest Toastmaster and my dear friend, Pratyusha. Welcome, Prat. Can we have a few words from you?
Good evening, everybody. I'm Pratyusha, currently pursuing MTech Software Integrator degree in VIT and a fellow friend of Soumini. As great wise man said that when someone offers you anything, and you don't know how to react to it, just say yes. This was that such opportunity to me saying yes to being on board on Toastmasters. Thank you for all your warm welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much that you said yes to me. So I would also like to extend my welcome to especially our area director, Toastmaster Muthukumar, for coming to our rescue and taking up the role of G at such short notice. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Muthukumar. So without any further ado, let me officially declare open VTC 102. Our Toastmaster of the day is a very enthusiastic member who always shoots up her hand whenever we ask someone to take up the TMOD role, which is the most laborious of them of all roles. So likewise, Toastmaster Mahalakshmi has come up with a theme for today, Chance to Change. So without any further ado, let me hand over the session to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Mahalakshmi.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. I'm audible to everyone? Yes, thank you. A very good evening to fellow Toastmasters and your guest. Have you ever into the situations that you're doing is completely useless, but still you're putting your whole effort, your time into onto that. I must say I wasted. I believe like my generation is doing the same. Nowadays, people knows that which is priority, where to spend the valuable times, which makes you to success happier. But still, we are ignore all the necessary things and forgot and lose ourselves in doing unnecessary things, like such as gossipings with our friends and using social media for a long time. I'm not telling using social media, entertaining ourselves is completely wrong. Never. But ignoring all the prayer works, important works, we forgot we are losing ourselves into the unimportant things is exactly wrong. It's wrong because I have faced this when my manager informed me to do some important work. That time when my notification, I got a notification from WhatsApp. I'm tempted I'm tempted to go for a WhatsApp, not to mail. That's why I chosen this topic. In my case, whenever I saw a motivational video, like I got a fire and I started reading books. I want to become a reader, so I started reading a books. Frankly said, within a few minutes, within a few hours, my fire, my temptations is gone. I don't know where it is gone. Again, I'll do my routines. Then I found it. My problem is not setting a goal. My problem is I had no determination, no stability, no persistency. So I got a chance to change. Now I have completed 2 books. If you want a better result, then forget about goal settings. Instead of focus on your system. Friends, winners and losers as the same goal. What you've done for that, which determines whether you are a loser or a winner. Before coming to change your behavior, you must aware of what you are doing currently. Here, one important person is eagerly waiting to see what we are doing. Later, he will give us his proper plan to achieve our goal. Without further ado, I'll call Toastmaster Muthu as general evaluator. Before that, I have to really thank him for time being help. Let's welcome Toastmaster Muthu as a general evaluator.
Thank you, T. Moody, for your warm welcome. Today, I'll be playing a general evaluator of this meeting. I'll be evaluating the overall proceeding for this meeting. To support me in this evaluating, I have a tag team, timer, Toastmaster Somini. Can you please read out your objective?
Thank you, General Evaluator. We all might have had this urge inside of ourselves to change a few things inside of us. But sometimes it's a given notion that time plays a bigger role than expected. It takes a right time to set to even for us to change. Hence, time turning out to be a greater player and an important one. So is time in today's session. If you're not wary of the time limit, you might increase your chances of getting disqualified or not qualifying at all. So to help you with that, I'll be intimating you of your time limits during your speeches. For prepared speeches, the time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. I will raise my green card at the 5th minute, yellow at the 6th minute, and red at the 7th minute. For table topic speeches, the time limit is 1 to 2 minutes. I'll raise my green card at 1 minute, yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds, and red at 2 minutes. For evaluation speeches, the time limit is 2 to 3 minutes. I'll raise my green card at 2 minutes, yellow card at 2 minutes 30 seconds, and red card at 3 minutes. And yeah, to qualify in your speeches, you need to pass at least the green card. And a 30 seconds of buffer time will be provided after the red card is raised. Not finishing within the 30 seconds after the red card is displayed will get you disqualified. I shall give my report at the end of the meeting when called upon. Over to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Somini. The R counter, Toastmaster Darshini, please read out your objective.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Sow a thought and you reap an act. Sow an act and you reap a habit. Sow a habit and you reap a character. Sow a character and you reap a destiny. Habits are essential part of our lives. They help us achieve our goals. Here I am to help you all achieve the goal of not using any space fillers or sound words. I shall keep the track of all the R-counts used by our speakers and the role players. Here's a tip to avoid R-counts. Slow down your speech and use meaningful pauses. This has two perks. One is that you don't have any R-counts. The second is that you stay connected with the audience. I shall give my report towards the end of the session. Thank you. Over to the General Evaluator.
Thank you, our contact Toastmaster Darshini. Grammarian, Toastmaster Bharat, can you please read out your objective?
Yeah, thank you, General Evaluator. So today, when you're eating some food, well, we all should accept that even a small amount of food should come out of a sweat from a farmer. Similarly, when you're speaking to a person, and if the person understands you well and you're able to communicate, and you found that grammar is much more important than a farmer. A very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear friends. So today, I'm going to play the role of a grammarian. Well, my role is very simple. I'll be just checking for the mispronunciation of the words and the incorrect usage of grammar. And also, I'll be looking for any good usage of words or idioms, phrases, and etc. So I'll be present my report at the end of the session by looking at all your scripts and speeches. And here, as a grammarian, I also have one more work, that is telling a word of the day. So the word of the day for today's meeting is that pertain, P-E-R-T-A-I-N, pertain, which means related to. P-E-R-T-A-I-N, pertain, related, which means related to. I will put this in the chat box too. So an example sentence can be, Toastmasters is a platform pertain to improve public speaking skills. So that's it, and over to the gentle evaluator.
Thank you, Grammar Toastmaster Bharat. Over to team Modi of the day, Toastmaster Mahalakshmi. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Excuse me. Thank you, Toastmaster Mudhu, for wonderful explanations about you. Now, I would like to share something funny. Okay, my mom and me has some unique habit or different habit. Whenever we are planning to for a walkout to the door for a trip, she verbally call it out the most essential things. For example, she started telling, I have my like a checklist. I have my wallet, I have my keys, I got my glasses, I got my water bottle, I got my tablet. It is called pointing and calling method. One of our greatest challenge in changing habit is maintaining awareness of what we are currently doing. Suppose So this pointing and calling method will always help you to be aware of what currently you are doing. Second thing, suppose I'm preparing my mind using 2 minute way. That is, whenever I took my study table, automatically my mind goes to, now I'm ready to read, I'm ready to write. So my mind is clear and prepared. But I'm the kind of person always distracted easily, and so I could not sit and do anything for a long. So I'll use 2 minute method. That is, suppose I will go for a gym with a demand of I will spend minimum of only 5 minutes in the gym. After 2 years, it just became my habit. I used to go for a gym regularly. I saw my weight, it was absolutely reduced. Even strangers, it's very easy to start with a small thing. You can start anything with a small and you can increase step by step. For example, read a book. Reading is a big thing for many people, including me. So I start with reading a book before going to bed each day. So I completed one book in 360 in 240 days. Okay, people often think it's weird to get hyped about reading one page. I think habit must be established before it can be improved. This 2 minute rule will help you to stop procrastinating your habits. The second tip is to create a habit score. It's like a pre-checklist. Whenever you can, it's like habit stacking method. Like the second habit is connected to first habit. The second habit reminds you have to complete this before to start this. Like I wake up at 6 o'clock. And after that I will wear my running shoes. I'll go for walking. Then I return by 6:30. I have a cup of tea. 7 o'clock. I will prepare lunches for my lunches. So I have a routine plan next by next. That's why my second habit reminds me first habit. Third habit rechecks my second routine is completed or not. Now my second habit alerts me I have to call Toastmaster Kriti to give a speech. Toastmaster Kriti is a daughter of lovable parents, and being a student, very sportive person, having a smile, having a cheerful smile, cute girl, like a enthusiastic person. Before I would like to call her evaluator, Toastmaster Sadhana. Toastmaster Sadhana, stage is yours.
Am I audible and visible? Happy evening to DMOD of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and to all our guests. Evaluation directs us to prepare our next performance from the past and today's experience. This quiz actually helps you to prepare our next performance from the past and today's experience with the most important. So I am the first speaker's evaluator, Toastmaster Sadhana. I'm gonna evaluate a person who is special one, hardworking, and dedicated one. More than that, a comrade of VTC. Who? It's time to tell the speaker's name. Speaker's name, Toastmaster Kriti, to give her level 2 speech 1 under presentation mastery. For 5 to 7 minutes for timers alert. On the topic of mixture of everything. Mixture of everything, Toastmaster Kriti, over to you. Over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sadhana. As I previously said, Kruti is mixture of everything. So she is here with a theme, Toastmaster Kruti, mixture of everything, Toastmaster Kruti.
Am I audible and visible? Thank you, Team Moody.
Yeah.
Area level contest is coming up on 26 March. I request all the participants to be well prepared. Toastmaster Ashwin, you have amazing skills in hand, perfect for being the PR chair in the upcoming division contest. Toastmaster Shrutika, we are all amazed by your creative skills. Now it's time for you to give an icebreaker. We all are ready to help you in the preparation regarding your doubts as well as queries. Hey there, Pratyusha, our newbie. Welcome to Vellore Toastmasters Club. We would love to know more about you. I guess you all might be wondering what I'm saying. I just exhibited 4 styles of communication: analytical, direct, initiative, and supportive. I want you guys to guess for whom and where did I use those skills for now, like those styles.
You used analytical, Ashwin, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
Supportive for Pratyusha.
For Shrutika, and welcoming, what are the other styles?
Initiative and direct.
Direct was Pratyusha.
Initiating was Pratyusha.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, thank you for the answers. So coming to the, when I said area contest is coming up on March 26th, it was a direct form of communication where I said only the necessary thing which need to be conveyed rather than saying unrelated stuff. And coming to Toastmaster Ashwin, I said that he's a perfect person for a PR chair. Is the analytical style of communication through our observance of his posters in the last 2 months. And coming to Toastmaster Shrutika, I said that we all are ready to help her in the upcoming preparation of her icebreaker speech. I use the style of supportive communication style. And lastly, coming to our newbie Pratyusha, I use the communication style of initiation, thereby welcoming her to VTC. So coming to my style of communication, when I have gone through the Toastmasters International website, I was surprised to see not one, but there was mixture of 2 communication style of mine. Before I let you know what are those, let me narrate you a story. It was my first day of college. I repeat, it was my first day of college. College has reopened 3 days before, but it was my first day. I entered the classroom and made friends with hostelers. And what I used to do is I used to sneak into hostel with them. How I used to sneak in is put my day school ID card in the bag, take mobile phone out of my pocket, act as if I'm seeing busy in the mobile phone and talk to the neighbor of mine in a different English accent. And I used to go inside. This happened for 3 days. Then I thought I need to have day scholar friends because sneaking into hostel won't do every time in free period. And I used to have to communicate with the day scholars, but they were like on basic things. And I also noticed a girl in my class. She has saved my number as Kriti North Indian. Now I got to know what to do. I went during the lunch break. I went to a girl in the whole gang and said, "Hi Padma," in her native language. "Hi Padma, can we have lunch together?" That started my journey of friendship. In the whole 4 years, I was the most sociable, enthusiastic, and fun-loving person in the group of 13 members. Now I used to be the person who used to talk a lot then in the whole group. A quality of 4 years got over. Then came my internship period when I was called to the office. I was introduced to the mentor of mine. What he showed me, there were 3 towers in my office: Tower A, Tower B, Tower C. My mentor of mine was very friendly. On the first day, he asked me that he'll show me around, he'll take me a tour around the whole towers. So while taking a tour, he started communicating with me. That time, I was very cautious and precise and disciplined while giving answers. I didn't reveal much of my personal details and answering what he asked rather than revealing much. He asked about my family, my interests, and everything. Then next day, what happened is my mentor and my colleagues all started minding their own business. They forgot about the surroundings. I have just now narrated the 2 incidents which took place. Can you guess what are my style of communication? Any guesses?
First one was initiative.
Yeah, correct. And second one was analytical. I was very precise in answering and disciplined, very cautious before giving every answer to my mentor of mine, rather than revealing much. So there are different situations in life which require different styles of communication. We have to adapt to it. Like sometimes we need to sometimes we need to give an information to someone. Sometimes we need to use an analytical style of communication while giving out roles, and while sometimes we need to use a supportive style of communication when we want to help our near and dear ones and people who are in need. And lastly, we also need to use the so like initiation while socializing. When we go to social events outside, we need to initialize. So there's a lot of mixture is needed while we in our day-to-day lives. We need to we need to be dynamic. We need to have dynamic styles in different situations in our daily lives. Like all the 4 styles: analytical, direct, initiation, as well as supportive. These were my incidents which took place, and I got to know that I have mixture of two, which is initiative as well as analytical. Now I would like to conclude by saying that we all should have dynamic style of communication when we are in different situations. Thank you. Over to the team.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kruti. Yes. Everybody can take a 1 minute of silence to give your feedback directly through using chat box. Timer notify me after 1 minute.
1 minute is over.
Thank you, timer. Okay, coming to the topic. Now, my behavior has been established due to I got motivated from a motivated because of motivated. Okay, but I feel motivation is overrated. To continue to stack on this a new habit, the environment matters more. I think environment makes more is plays a vital role. Most of the people live in a world others have created for them, but you can alter the space where you live and work to increase your positivity, where you can expose yourself in a positive manner. For example, I know that I had a problem of dehydrations. I know that drinking a lot of water is makes me to avoid dehydrated. Still, I'm always staying in my bedroom, and the water can is available. The water is available in the kitchen room. I know drinking water is good for me, but still I never go and drink it, frequently. So I changed my environment like that with the one simple step. Like I keep my water bottle where I can go in a bedroom, in a dining, in a hall, in a living room, where I will go. I'll keep my water bottle with me. So whenever I saw the water bottle, it tempts me to drink one sip of water. So it avoids me to get dehydrated. Basically, our brain is attracted by what is so easy to do. Before going to the deeper, I would like to call our second speaker, Toastmaster Kirtana. She's a we have been saw her become robotic to Bahubali, Rajamada in many other get-ups. But now I think it's a time to see her in a monk state, like a saint stage. Before calling her, I'd like to call her evaluator, Toastmaster Ashwin.
Am I audible and visible? Good evening, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. A chance to change. There isn't a better fitting theme for Kirtana ma'am today, who will be giving a level 1, project 1, and speech 2 today. The purpose of the speech is for the member to present on any topic and apply the feedback given to her during her first speech of this project. Truly a moment to showcase your growth and how you have changed. I wish you all the very best, team Kirtana. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Now it's a time to call our second speaker, Toastmaster Kirtana, how I became Lady Monk. How I became Lady Monk, Toastmaster Kirtana. Over to you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible and visible? So, good afternoon, Makkale. Today, I'm going to tell you the story of how I became a lady monk. It was November 2011. Remember when we used to go to tours and trip before the COVID-19 situation? Yeah. Me, my hubby, and my then 3-year-old daughter went on that mandatory trip for Dubai and Mauritius. The tour was organized by SOTC. It was a 5-day trip, 3 days Mauritius and 2 days Dubai. Mauritius was really a good place. It was an Indian Ocean, it's an island in Indian Ocean, mostly weather like India, and people were even named as Prakash and Mahesh, and people didn't know how to pronounce their names too, but they were all mostly Indian origin. So it was a beautiful place. We went to the Black River George National Park. We went to go on a little adventure on zip lining. It was all good. We got the doo-doo shaped fridge magnet, which is mandatory when we come from a foreign trip, and all those things happens. And there was a transit to Dubai, and SOTC cleverly arranged a 2-day tour in Dubai too. So we went to the tallest building in the world, the Burj Khalifa, Dubai Mall, and Burj Al Arab, the desert safari, and of course, whatnot, the belly dance, and all was fine. And the last day was Friday, and we went, according to the itinerary, they all went to the Gold South. So we didn't have the plans to buy any gold ornaments. So we thought we'll take a detour and go to a local market and do some, street shopping or something. So we, my husband, me and my daughter, we all booked a cab and we got into the cab. And we went to the Meena Bazaar. It's a local market in Dubai. So we got down and we went for the first shop and we started shopping. My husband, being him, suddenly got the idea to check his bag and found his passport is missing. So we all started running like chickens out of the coop in madness and searching for the passport, and we didn't find the damn passport. So we don't know what else to do. So we called the SOTC manager agent and we explained our situation. So since it was a Friday, it was a holiday there, so they couldn't contact the embassy. And the next days being Saturday and Sunday, the Indian embassy was also on holiday. So it was like my husband has to stay back for 3 days. And the SOTC couldn't arrange 3-day holidays for me, my daughter, and my husband. Will become a very costly, thing. So they asked me and my 3-year-old daughter to go alone, and my husband had to stay back there. So since it was a SOTC tour, we came in a group of people, like aunties and uncles and all those aunties. No, those aunties were trying to break me down, like, oh God, what will you do? How will you manage with your 3-year-old daughter? I was cool because I know my husband isn't going to take care of my daughter. Whenever she cries, she'll come to mommy. Whenever she poops, my husband usually shower her to me and ask me to change the diaper. And whenever she's sleepy, she used to sleep on me. Those 5 seconds of happy times he used to hold. So I thought, okay, I can manage those 5 seconds. Come on. And traveling with a group of people is not much of a danger. So I thought, okay, let's be cool. Nothing is going to happen. SOTC is going to handle my husband. He's going to come back in 3 days. What's the big deal? So I was so cool. But all those aunties were like, wow, what? They were like very afraid of me being so independent. It was like something you shouldn't do or something. So they were all like very angry. How can she do this? How is she so cool? Knowing her husband couldn't join her. I was like, okay, whatever. So I was so cool. So suddenly, my husband came back with us to the airport to send us off. So suddenly my husband switched on his Wi-Fi, and then the magic happened. The taxi driver has already texted him that your passport is with me. He found him in the Facebook and he messaged him and he said, if you tell me where you are, I'll come and give it to you at free of cost. So we were like, yeah, okay, please come. We are it's like too hard to our flight. So we said, okay, please come and give her the passport. And we were like, okay, everything is okay and fine. And the driver came on time and my husband tipped him heavily and also paid him for the trip and everything. So it was all good. And then my husband has to come back and nobody asked him, how did you lose your passport? Everybody started asking, why is your wife so cool? And my husband has to say to everyone that I am a yoga trainer. I used to read Zen books and I am a little monk and everything. How cool my wife is and everything. And the trip was all about me. So nobody asked him, why did you lose your passport? Why you didn't have a fanny pack or something or nothing. It was all about why your wife is a stone-hearted person. And so my husband has to cope up with some stories and he made me a little monk on that day. From that day I had to act like a monk, and I have to be like a cool person from there. So that's the story, Makkale, how I became a little monk, lady monk. Over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kirtana. That was a funny incident. You took everyone to that Dubai, and we saw everything by your words. I never ever tried to visit Dubai, but in this story, I saw every part of Dubai. Thank you so much, and everyone can take a 1 minute of silence, 1 minute of break to give your feedback directly uh, to Kirtana using chat box. Timer notify me after 1 minute.
One minute is over.
Thank you, timer. And coming back to the story, I already said our brain is very lazy and attracted by something which is our brain is attracted by something what it sorry our brain is so attractive by something, it's ready to do it again and again. It was very lazy to do, which is very difficult. Like, you can use that method to do it, to create your habits. Like, I used to do one thing. I want to eat a fried rice every day. I'm very crazy about eating fried rice and noodles. What I did, I did my habit. Like, I want a fried rice. If I complete 10,000 steps, I'm eligible for eating fried rice. I demanded. I created my habit like with a one demand. I know eating fried rice is unhealthy, but with a demand of healthy command, I replaced. When it is attractive, I want to eat fried rice, so I'm ready to do what I want. It's like a habit stacking using temptations building method. Like, what I want to do, it's a temptation building strategy, which is linked an action. What I want to do with a what an action is needed to do. Suppose I want to complete one book, then I have to go for a trip. Sorry, I planned one action that I did, so I can get a reward of another. So I'll want to go for a trip. This is my wish. So I have to do it's needed is to complete the book. Once I complete the book, I'm ready to go for out. This is my demand and action method. And make your culture and join a culture where your desired behavior is normal behavior. Yes, I want to really say, I want previously I want to become a lean. So what I did walking. I i read i i reduced my food quantity, but there is no use. Everybody says you're fatty if you're fatty, but I joined in a gym. There everybody were fatty. Everybody motive is to reduce the weight. So my culture, I changed my culture into my environment, into that person is very common there. So everybody is make me to do the same. And third one is be ritual. Like as a Indian, we all have performed rituals. It's a kind of respecting other works. Here also, this method will help you to create and stuck your new habit. Be rituals is very helpful for making a new habit. You have to get a reward, right? You have to get what you want. Now you will get at funny entertaining sessions as called table topic sessions. I'd like to call toastmaster Shrutika I would like to call Toastmaster Shrutika to perform table topic sessions.
Thank you, TM Modi. Am I audible and visible? Oh, a very good evening, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. Already, our two speakers made the meeting more interesting, informative, and entertaining too. So let us add some more essence to it. The table topics helps members practice the art of improvisation and also helps us think on our own feet. This helps us develop a vital communication skills called listening, thinking, organizing, and delivering. The topics that I have prepared for you will hopefully help all of us become better at improvisation. So this session is not restricted to the members alone, even guests can participate. So I hope everyone will give this a shot. And I also encourage all the table topic speakers to use the word of the day in their speeches. And I may randomly call anyone to participate, or you can volunteer to come up on the stage by yourself, raising by your hand. So let's begin. Who is willing to participate first? Great. Okay, Darshni. So here is the topic for you. Which is the one habit that you generated through Toastmasters? Which is the one habit that you generated through Toastmasters?
Thank you for the question, Shrutika. This is taking me on a ride of 1 year of me becoming a Toastmaster. So I'd like to begin my speech. Good evening, everyone. My topic is, what is the one habit that you cultivated joining Toastmasters? Let's just look into it as two phases: before joining Toastmasters and after joining Toastmasters. The one thing that I really like about Vellore Toastmasters Club is that we work on Sundays. So what did we do on Sundays before joining Toastmasters? So to be very honest, I used to wake up so late, eat biryani, and sleep. These are the three things that I do on a Sunday. But what actually happened after joining Toastmasters is very interesting. I am the most unproductive person on a Sunday before joining Toastmasters. But what actually happened is that I started becoming a productive person on Sundays, and I actually started utilizing the Sunday energy to get my work done. Not just Toastmaster work, all the work. We don't realize that how calming Sundays are. We think that Sundays are the days for us to rest, but that is not the fact. We actually rest on Saturdays, and the Sunday is for us to become fresh, revamp ourselves to get ready for the Monday. So one habit that I cultivated is that I have become more productive on Sundays, and I have stopped taking my afternoon naps on Sundays. So I think breaking the bad habits is also a good habit with replacing it by Toastmasters. So I think that is what got me here. Thank you.
Oh, friends, 1 second. I have a request. Just clapping in the videos won't encourage the persons. The sound makes us so interesting, right? Just unmute yourself and clap it once. Okay. Next volunteer, please.
I'll go.
Great, Kriti. Okay. So here is the question for you. Which one habit that you felt weird at the starting and later you realized that it's worth it? I repeat it again. Which one habit that you felt weird at the starting and later realized it's worth it?
I'll take 30 seconds of buffer.
Sure.
Yeah, I would like to start. Actually, to many of them, weird things, weird is depends upon how they see the things, whether it is weird or good. Or like, to me, what was weird is a weird habit which I noticed in my family was my father. Like my father, seeing him, like my father used to always get up at 5 o'clock in morning. I even though he slept late in night all, he used to get up at 5 o'clock and he used to go daily, like his daily walking in Bagayam place, where there he used to go always walking. I used to always ask him, why do you do? Why you're so tired? Take rest. Don't get up. Like have at least one day rest. Why you are daily going to walking? That to getting up 5 o'clock, even though he slept at he's sleeping at 12 like that. So even I tried doing that. Okay, he's going, what is he, why is he enjoying that everyday walking? So even I tried today, like I tried like past 1 week I'm trying that. And I feel like, yes, after walking, like after following that, like after walking every day, like morning, I'm feeling fresh. I'm not feeling like lazy after coming from walking like that. To 5 kilometers he walks, even I walked with him. And I felt very energetic after coming from walking, and very happy from walking. Like I used to even tease all my siblings, see, I did something good today. And to me it was a weird habit of my dad, like getting up early. To me it was weird. I don't know about others. Yeah, that is a worth. Like after going a week, I can say that habit of my dad is worth, and I'm changing. Yeah, that's.
So great. So next I have another creative idea. If you are willing, we can proceed with it. So I'll just say what it is. We all remember the skits or role plays or dramas which we do in our school and college days, right? Like taking a situation and performing, we are acting in that position. So I just need 2 volunteers for this. It will be easy. Oh, okay, great. Another one.
Tommy, take it.
I nominate Sadhana.
Okay. So this is this situation. You both are so thick and close friends, and one person have a routine habitual things like doing all the works at time. So and another person is he doesn't have any routine in it. Whatever he thinks on the day, he'll just go with the flow. He don't have any plans. So one person should talk to the other person about the importance of habit, and other person should say, hare yaar, what is this habits and all, we just go with the flow, I'm enjoying my life. So the moral would be who convincing whom. Okay. Great.
Okay, which one do you want to take, Sadhana?
Just pick one thing, then the opposite thing I will take.
You'll do the opposite one.
Yeah, let me be.
Okay, great. So let's start.
Oh, fine. Go ahead.
Hello, Sadhana. I heard that you haven't been getting your work done on time. What is it about?
Okay, Darshini, look, we have to go in a flow always. Okay, so if you're going in the flow, then whatever that will happen, we don't want to feel for a thing, and we don't want to expect anything. Okay, so everything will be happened in a good way. So I don't have any kind of plan. So if I got something, I will do it by way. That's it.
That is a way of going with life, but you know that there's something called planning and structuring everything so that you can get a lot of insights. So I do have some examples. You see a lot of exams or a lot of institutes that you want to get into, they don't keep the entrances the time that you want to look into. They do it like pre-planned, way ahead. So by the time you go and research about it or hear about it, it's all over. So if you go with the flow, how do you expect yourself to enroll in all these things?
Okay, now listen. If I'm just preparing something, okay, for an exam or some preparations, so I would expect that okay, I have to prepare well. I prepared a lot. For example, if I pre-planned everything, if not getting done as a pre-plan, then I used to sit at one place and I used to think, you know what? At night times we used to think oh, we can do that thing in that way, right? Why we are doing this way in that way? So that thing will not never happen in my life if I'm going with the flow. So that's the thing that I'm trying to tell you. So if you're going with the flow, for example, while you're chilling out, and if your friend is feeling at one side, and if you're thinking, "Arey, what is this person is always speaking and always telling that why this happened to me?" So that time we used to feel happy for ourselves, and we used to feel sorry for them. So that kind of situation, we have to go with the flow.
That actually was a valid point. Shrutika, are we done with the time?
Okay, we can conclude it. It's really a great
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah.
So we are done with our table topic session today. And over to the TMOD.
Thank you, Shrutika. That was really something new and interesting. This was splendid performance. Thank you for all the participants who are participating in the table topic sessions. I feel it's so refreshment. The cardinal rules, the cardinal rule of behavior changes tells when it's immediately rewarded is must be repeated when when what is immediately punished is avoided. So we are because of silence, because of close attention, we got the reward of table topic sessions. Next, we already form a good habit. We are on the flow. We are okay, all set. But you have to continue on the same. It is very important step, right? So take a small actions which makes it take a one step which makes to keep on stable in the same habit. I will give the two example. Like I did RD 2000 rupees in RD form. I enrolled myself in the automatic way. So every month 20th from my account 2000 rupees will be deducted automatically. So I'm financially stable. I took one small step which gives me financially stable. Second thing, I want to be fit, right? Yes. So I changed my plate size. Previously, it was a bigger size. Now it's like a small bowl. So whenever I eat through that plate, through the bowl, I'm feeling I won't take much quantity. So I'm being fit. Guys, everybody be in a stage, but in some other cases when we are going out, when we are busy with other works, we could not follow what we have created with a lot of efforts. We could not able to follow that. So I will give you one simple tip to follow, tip to remind yourself. Be attention what you make for yourself being better. Suppose you are going out, you could not able to perform what you created. You can miss one time. but you can't miss 2 times. If you missed 2 times, means you are going away of what you created for your being good. Now the time to call our general evaluator to give us pre-agenda, post-agenda. Toastmaster Mudu.
Thank you, Tiyamudi Mahalakshmi. Let me call upon the evaluator one, Toastmaster Sadhana, for evaluating the first speaker. Over to you, evaluator Toastmaster Sadhana.
Thank you, sir. Hope I'm audible. Welcome back, all Toastmasters. Now it's time for evaluation. First, let me tell the highlights. Ladies and gentlemen, the most impressive part of Kriti's speech was her body language. Notice how her body language brought the speech to keeps in touch, and also the confident the way he stand up and give her speech is stand up. I want to give a big round of applause for that. So if you're telling me to stand up and give the speech, I used to think for a while and I won't do that. But she made it. And that was a great. Toastmasters, if we rewind Toastmasters Kriti's speech, then you love the part of speech presentation level. Her presentation level took up audience from the emotion to one emotion to other emotion. That was an amazing. So I'm giving a mango bite for Kriti. Vocal varieties, your gestures, your eye contact are very great. Right? And okay, if there is something, there will be a merits as well as a demerits. So I'm not going to tell the demerits about her, but let me tell you some improvements that you have to improve in your next speech. Okay, so as I heard your speech, I felt just if you add up some point that what I'm trying to tell in your speech, the next speech will be in the next level. While you're standing and give your speech, just be little chill. So at starting, it was really amazing, but in between, you felt nervousness. So while you're standing itself, I can feel as an audience, I can feel that you're feeling a bit nervous. So just be chill and just rock it. Okay, this could happen for everyone, but still, if you do little more practice, then that will be in the flow. And if you and at last of his speech, if you summarized it, then that will keep your audience in track, and also they will remember what Kriti speech spoke still now. So that's it, and thank you. Over to the general evaluator of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sadhana. Let me call upon the second evaluator, Toastmaster Ashwin, to evaluate the second speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Ashwin.
Thank you, General Evaluator. TM Kirtana, today you were like a director who took us on a journey. You started your speech with a lot of enthusiasm. Vanakkam Makkale. And you made sure that you ended your speech with the same level of enthusiasm. Personal anecdotes create authenticity, and helps you create a personal bond with the audience. And your entire speech was a personal anecdote. A few suggestions I would like to share with you is, you could have painted out more imaginary of the Dubai and the Mauritius Islands. For example, you could have used wording such as the bustling marketplace, or you could have talked about the nature and the greenery in the Mauritius Island, so that you could have truly helped the audience to feel to make sure that they were present with you along with your journey. Another suggestion to use tempo to add more dramatic effects. For example, when you spoke about your husband losing his passport, you could have slowed down. So let me rephrase. Let me show you how it could have been done. He checked his bag, and he found out that his passport was missing. So this way, you can add more dramatic effects to your speech. So again, when you're being happy and you're expressing, like for example, when he got the call from his auto driver and found out that he found his passport, you could have increased your tempo to show the excitement and his how relieved he felt when he found out that he had got his passport back. Coming to the highlights of your speech, the structure of the speech was really good. This was one of the recommendations you received in your first speech in your previous project. I mean, in this project part 1. And so in regards of that, you first provided a story, and then that hooked the audience, and then you provided a reasoning towards the end. This structuring helped the audience understand why you truly are the lady monk of VTC. You also had a solid ending where you beautifully tied everything up and also justified how you are the lady monk. You also use humor very fitting in fitting situations to keep the audience engaged. The way you imitate the aunties by saying, had me laughing. But you could have used slight voice modulation to differentiate yourself from them. Maybe adding an accent could have helped. For example, how are you able to manage everything by yourself? Overall, you had an enthusiastic opening, great structuring, and great use of over, and a solid ending. A slight improvement you can incorporate is to use the tempo and voice modulation to make the audience feel more connected to your story. But overall, with respect to your project, you have incorporated your previous feedback and successfully completed your project too. Congratulations, TM Kirtana. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, evaluated Toastmaster Ashwin. Let me call upon my tag team for evaluation. Timer, Toastmaster Somini.
Thank you,
Can you
General
please?
Evaluator. Today, I'm so happy to announce that nobody has been disqualified and everybody has qualified and have kept their time very wisely. To read out the time limits, Toastmaster in prepared speech segment, Toastmaster Kriti took 6 minutes 40 seconds. Toastmaster Kirtana took 5 minutes 50 seconds. In the TT segment, Toastmaster Darshini took 1 minute 25 seconds. Toastmaster Kriti took 1 minute 55 seconds. And the duo of Darshini and Sadhana took 1 minute 55 seconds. In the evaluation speeches, I apologize for not sharing the screen during Toastmaster Sadhana's evaluation, but she did cross the time limit by 2 minutes 10 seconds, and Toastmaster Ashwin crossed the time by 2 minutes 48 seconds. Congratulations, everybody. Over to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Timer, Toastmaster Somini. Our counter, Toastmaster Darshini.
Thank you, General Evaluator. I would like to keep the report very crisp. So under the category of less than 5 hour counts, we have Toastmaster Bharat, Toastmaster Sadhana, Toastmaster Ashwin, and Toastmaster Samini. Under the category of more than 5 and less than 10 hour counts, we have Toastmaster Kriti, Toastmaster Mahalakshmi, and Toastmaster Kirtana. Thank you. Over to the General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Darshini. Grammarian, Toastmaster Bharat, can you share your report?
Yeah. Thank you, General Evaluator. So the grammarian is back. So firstly, I couldn't find anyone who used the word of the day, which is fertile. Well, so here I found some of the good usage of the words: procrastinating, analytical, accent, cautious, weird. And I also found that people used the word used to. So used to is an semi-modal verb. So there are actually 4 semi-modal verbs: used to, need to, dare to, and ought to. So actually when we use these kind of semi-modal verbs, our English will look more different. So kudos for that. And here I found some of the things that has to be changed and to be suggested. Well, while representing the meaning of same, the word unit has been used in the session. So instead of that, we can use same or similar. And secondly, well, at many occasions, the words cannot and could not. So they have been used in wrong places, like it is used past in the present time and the present at the past occasions. And similarly, the word feel. So the word feel has been used when the people saying a past story. So usually we need to use the past tense. So when you are telling a past event, we should use the past tense of feel, which is felt. And then, well, the word water is used as waters. So there is no plural for water. Well, actually, so these mistakes will come out of nervousness. Actually, people knows it very well, but they cannot exactly tell what is in our mind. So that will come usually when you are nervous. So we can actually overcome this by practicing over it on the content. So that's the thing I want to say. And there is one more thing that I wanted to say is that, well, it was used a bedroom and a kitchen in the script, which is so actually when you're saying a bedroom, so it won't be apt. So instead of using that an indefinite article at this location, we can use a definite article, which is the bedroom or the kitchen. So please make sure when you're doing that to adapt this next time. And at one place, the word needed has been used. So instead of using needed, we can use the word necessary, which is more apt to our content. So that's it from the grammarian. Thank you, and over to G.
Thank you, grammarian Toastmaster Bharat. The overall, the meeting was a perfect meeting. I liked about the meeting. I joined the meeting 10 minutes late. Everyone waited for me. Thanks for waiting. I liked about the Vellore Toastmasters Club is the energy. In every meeting you show it. It was fantastic. When I became the area director, first time I joined the meeting, the same energy, the same enthu still is there in that club. So I feel so great to see your club energy and how you and two are doing it. The roles are perfectly done. I think starting from the essay, Toastmaster Bharat, he's not given only the essay message. He asked the question, he had an interaction with everyone. He started with a good message. It was done. The president welcomed everyone by joining the new member, welcoming the new member. It was a perfect one. So it needs to be like this. So they given freedom that they are being recognized. Even the guests as a newly joined, the president giving them a space to address in the front of the audience. It is a good sign the club is going on a right direction. I feel really proud for this Vellore Toastmasters Club. Everyone done their role perfectly. Including a timer. While you're saying the timing objective, you're given a message what is about the importance of timing, everything. Our counter, you did it all the same, and Darshini grammarian also. Everyone explained your role and responsibility perfectly, then delivered your message to the audience. It was a perfect one. I like about this meeting. That was a club. Your club standard was high in our area compared to the other clubs. The club standard was high. I feel it. I think about I have some few observation. I will not mention anyone's names. One thing is I have few suggestions. One thing is in few clubs we have some restriction for speakers and everything. One suggestion is, can we have some timing checking for TMOD also? For example, can we give some TMOD a minute for 5 to 7 minutes? They cannot overrun it. So we can have just a general check. So TMOD is like a host of the show. So he likes to, he can deliver share story, but it not be more. Okay, her speech was good, TMOD speech was good, and the message was good. But check the timing also. Give the space for TMOD 5 minutes or 7 minutes. Have a discussion with them, and have a clock for that. Same thing for the general evaluator, entire team also. Given time to them, have a timing check. That will be my suggestion for everyone. And one more thing, and general observation about an evaluator. While you are giving an evaluation to someone, check which level and which project they are doing. For example, if they are in level 2 or level 3, give your feedback and expect the speaker to be in the level. If someone is in the level 1 or some level 2, give your feedback in a private space after this meeting. You can call the speaker and inform it. In front of everyone, sees, I think someone is doing a first or second speech, give more positive feedback to them. Is my general observation. So if you're giving more positive observation, if someone is in level 1, they will be really happy and they will be doing it. I think the evaluation was perfect. What Ashwin was given to the feedback is perfect. What tones he has given a more sign that what are the improvements she can deliver in a speech. It was perfect. I liked about that. And the evaluator one also given a message how to improve the confidence. That wasn't good. I think the speakers, they have already given the evaluator has already given the feedback. I don't want to repeat it. And regarding the table topic, I think we had only 2 table topics and 1 role play. I think we can improve. At least we can have 5 table topics if possible. That is my suggestion. And the role play was the role play idea was really good. I liked about it. We can implement in the other club also. I think, and Darshini in his speak mentioned about the bad habits, how is sleeping in Sunday, how she transformed from sleeping, eating biryani, how making she has making a productive Sunday. That was good. She made everyone laugh. And I think the second speaker also given importance about how her father had a habit of walking in 5 a.m. Then how she also liked it and transformed it. It was a good message to everyone. So how you have transformed it and you have given the message to the audience. That was a perfect one. And the role play also, it was good. It was a good transaction and a good communication between 2 of you. It was a perfect meeting. Everything was good. One thing is check for the TMOD timing and the evaluator also check for which level you are evaluating. That is my humble feedback. Thank you. Over to TMOD of the day, Toastmaster Mahalakshmi. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Muddu. We will mind you what you said. We'll take it to the mind. And it's my time to sum up it with our Toastmasters example. What I said to create a good habit is just to make it obvious. We did in the Toastmasters, everybody knows what is the agenda, what it's going to be. It is more attractive, it's easy to approach. We get a reward in terms of table topic sessions, and we get satisfied with this with the with this evaluation sessions. Now, chances in your hand. It's purely up to you whether you take it or you make it. Thank you everyone for listening my topics. Over to you, the presiding officer.
I think we can all unmute and clap. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Mahalakshmi, for that elaborate and well-constructed script that we had today. Thank you so much. Kriti, are the results ready?
Actually, 6 people have responded. I'm waiting for seven.
Okay.
7. I'm waiting for 3 more so we can, or at least 2 more to go.
So please vote if you have not voted. The link is in the chat box. Okay, so the results are here. The best tag role player goes to the most elaborate and useful suggestions that we had from a tag role player today. Toastmaster Bharat for playing grammarian. The best evaluator goes to Toastmaster Ashwin. The best table topic speaker goes to Toastmaster Darshini. The best role player goes to none other than Toastmaster Shrutika. The best speaker who took us on a Dubai safari, goes to Toastmaster Kirtana. Thank you, everyone. I personally feel that today's session was very, very energetic. I was very dull before I came here. But then everybody's contribution to today's meeting was 100%. And I almost thought of canceling to have the ballots today as everybody was a winner. But again, the best of the best needed to be crowned. So, of course, so great, great job. I hope we can keep up this quality in our future sessions too. With that, let me close VTC 102.